Hobbies.
Hey folks, how you doing? I wanted to show you a basic and easy way to be able to take off the metal clip that is inside a G1 My Little Pony. The one I'm working on today is Gusty. She's actually in pretty good condition. Has not had a haircut. She has a couple of slight rubs on her eyes, but in general, she's in really good condition. I just took her apart to check to see what was going on inside. She had some minimal tail rust, but really not bad at all. Cymbals are in pretty good condition, as you can see from both sides. Slight rubs, but I mean, come on. This lady's been around for a while, so she's 1984. All right. So here's what we're going to do. The washer that was inside had broke, so I had already taken it out. And usually the tail is inserted. There's a washer around the inside. And what you do is once you open up the pony, then you're going to pull it on through. Best tools you're going to use, needle nose pliers. They're really the easiest. The bigger ones, to be able to reach inside fully, for the same length of the pony, it's just easier to be able to pull it out. And then the small one, if you have a baby that you're working on, and it's really your choice, whatever you have lying around the house, but that would be my suggestion. So once you pull it out, as you can see, there is definitely some rust around the edges. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that brown, that's the rust from the washer. So I'm going to actually clean it and then take this apart, and I'm going to replace it with some washers and, excuse me, not with some washers. I'm going to replace it with some plastic, which won't rust again. All right, here's what we're going to do. So the clip itself is metal. So you can see right here, you're going to have to pull that apart, okay? This is usually how I do it. It seems to be the easiest. Take one side, clip it, take another side. And you're going to kind of bend it in half, just like that. And it will start to work itself loose. You don't need to get it open very far because it will start coming out really, really easily. As you can see, it's already come apart. And then what I do, put the smaller pliers in, larger pliers, and just bend some more until it comes straight apart, just like that. Okay. I'm going to go get the zip ties that we're going to use. Because that's actually the easiest that you want to keep all the hair together, but that's the easiest thing, is to just get one zip tie, and then I'll show you how to clean this. I'll be right back. These are the zip ties that I use. They're actually quite petite. I use 2 zip ties together. That way it holds it, so if one snaps, the whole tail won't come out again. It's just kind of a safety feature when you are replacing the metal ring and clip that is inside the original pony. Okay, so I've got mine apart right now, and if you notice, the hair comes out really easily. Okay, I don't know if maybe you can see a little bit better now. There is a crease right where the metal clip was, and there is rust on both sides. And how we're going to get rid of that is just using regular old toothpaste. It doesn't matter what kind you have, toothpaste does it. So here's what I do. I know everybody's technique is a little bit different, but this is what I do. Okay, so I'm going to keep this loose just because if I do need to slip it on and off easily, I can, because once it's zipped, you're going to have to clip it if you need to take it off. I'm going to lay down the hair so I still have it all together. And then I'm going to just take some toothpaste and I'm going to set it on there. I'm going to probably leave the toothpaste on probably a good couple of hours. You can leave it on up to 24 hours, and it's really, it doesn't matter the time you leave it on, but it's definitely going to make the rust fade, if not go away completely. I don't know the magic behind it, but I can tell you it works. I have done this several times. I just use my fingers too. I don't get fancy with it. Just put a nice big old glob on. I kind of spread the hair out a little bit. Hope my fingers aren't in the way. And then I just put it right on into the hair. I usually leave it on between anywhere from 2 hours to overnight. And then I do a thorough washing the next day or in a couple of hours, all dependent on your time frame. There's really no rush with it. So I've got it really pretty well spread out, and I'm going to leave this for now, and then we'll come back and visit it. I'm going to visit it the next day, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, hi everybody. Welcome back. Just wanted to show you an update on what happened after we cleaned those rusty tails, and I'm really thrilled with how they turned out. So here is Gusty's tail, and there's absolutely no rust left at all, and it was pretty bad, and it turned out super duper. I'm really excited about that one. And then the second one that I had found that also needed some derusting too was Sprinkles. Sprinkles also had a really rusty tail, but a super nice mane. And so I just wanted to be able to restore the tail, put it back in, and make her look primo. So her tail came out pretty good. There is just a smidge of rust left. This was one that I had actually done the toothpaste on for 2 days in a row. You know, sometimes it's just not going to come out, not all of it. So I will say that to me, it looks about 90% clean. So I'm really kind of excited about that. So I'm going to show you now how to get the tails back into the ponies. I'm going to start off with Gusty. What I will do is, remember how I had put on the zip ties really easily so that they could slide off if necessary? Now's the time that we're going to slide them off, because we are going to use this other zip tie. It doesn't go to waste. We do use it. I use a ribbon for mine, and I tie it in the middle as close in proximity as I can to even up the tail, okay? I only just put a simple little loop through mine just to make sure that it stays together. And then I just want to make sure that it looks pretty even on both sides. Once I have it like that, I'm going to insert the loops into the hole. And here is where I use my handy dandy little dental kit that I got. I love this thing. I got it for, you know, a few bucks off of Amazon, but it has a great little group of tools. I don't know if you can see all these. And I will tell you that I have used pretty much all of them except the mirror every single time when I have been doing pony restoration and or customizing. So what I like to use, and I have no idea what the technical names for these tools are, but I'm going to use this tool. It's got a nice big hook on the end. Not sure if you can see that. Or it's got a little bit more of a square bit, but it still has a hook. Be forewarned, these are sharp, but they actually can get right in there and pull through what you need. So I'm going to take this, put it on in here. And actually, I need my tweezers too, just to get things started. All right, there we go. So now I have it in here. You can see right in there, we got our little tie. There we go. There we go. All right. So I'm not going to pull the tail all the way through, okay? I'm going to keep it like a little loop, just like this. And then I'm going to open up my tie. So I'm going to take an open zip tie now. Make sure we get it through all of those. Now again, I use the petite zip ties, so I do use 2 of them just in case one snaps. You have a backup so the tail doesn't come flying out like it did if you had the metal ones. So I make sure to get this first one nice and secure around here. And then the second zip tie that I had used previously when I was washing the tail, I'm going to go ahead and put it around just kind of like that. Okay? And then I'm going to tighten this one too. I pull it snug so that way, make sure there's no give either way. Should look like this. And then I'm going to cut off both the ends because we don't need those. Alrighty. One, two, good to go. Now you can pull the tail right back on through. And it will kind of just lock right in place. You'll feel it just go, and it's in. It's great. Alrighty. Then I just like to give it a little comb through. And as you can see, there's a little bit here. It's not much, but I am going to just take it off. It's just easier that way. Makes it even it all up. There we go. And then I am going to pop the head back on. Dusty is pretty malleable, so it might take a little bit of a wiggle to get in there. I also, sometimes if I need a little extra wiggle push, this is another tool that I use. It's got like a little hinge and hinge on the end. Okay. Good twist. Then I line up those nice little lines. And there she is. My lady's got her tail back in place, looking good as new. I usually like to give her a little once over. I use my little straightener that I had heating up over here and just try to just get all the tail back together again. Sometimes when you take it out and wash it, it gets a little bit dull, but the color really comes back to life when you use the iron on it. I'm not sure if you can see, but how nice and shiny that is now. That's why I like to give it a little once over with the iron. Do up the hair, make sure the mane's good to go. And there we go. We got Miss Gusty back in order. All right, she is done. Woo-woo. And I bet that her pony sister Sprinkles would like her tail back too. So that's what I'm gonna work on for the next one, and I'll show you what it looks like once I get her back together. There we go, good as new. There we go. She's so happy she's got her tail back on. I am too. So here's our 2 ladies with the final product. They got their nice tails. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you follow along with us some more. Please give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. Thanks so much.